The on this one also, the American version, the MSR Whisper Light, is slightly lighter. I think the MSR version uses a lighter weight metal here, and some of these other parts are made out of aluminum. Whereas this one is more, it's not pot metal, but it's a little heavier gauge steel, I guess. I'm not exactly sure of the particular type of metal, but so this is a little bit heavier than the American version, but this is also very sturdy. So I think the idea here was, don't try to get too technical with the materials, and look for ways to keep it as inexpensive as possible. The American version runs, the Whisper Light, MSR Whisper Light runs around, I think, 150, and it's comparable to some of the other Primus and other fuel bottle style pump multi-fuel stoves. So far I have not had to clean it or remove the jets to clean it. It does a fairly good job of taking care of that. Another disadvantage, I suppose, advantage, however you want to look at it, is this is not a quick burn time. If you have this attached to it, it is the same essentially. But if you're using gasoline or something like that, a little more care has to go into this than other stoves, in that you fill this little reservoir down here with gas or alcohol or whatever fuel you're using, pump it twice, let a little fuel dribble into here, and and then you start it. It in turn heats up the fuel as it kind of comes into this space and excites that fuel to turn it into a near gas, making it or a gas. I'm not sure if it's a near gas or a gas or whatever, but then it comes out of these jets. So you light and warm the stove here, give it about 30 seconds or so. Then you give the bottle a pump, 10 to 15 pumps, and then slowly, as that starts to die down, you're going to slowly start this, release the valve over here and get your stove going. It's really not super complicated, but from a safety perspective, you want to make sure you have your fuel bottle is clean and doesn't have any excess fuel spilled on it or around the ground near the stove. And so there's some safety concerns there. You want to make sure you know what you're doing and you're using a fuel that you've tested in a secure environment where there's a fire extinguisher close by. So not exactly one I would send my kids out with on a weekend or with the scouts or friends, but definitely has a lot of options, and I really am excited about this stove. I have had a chance to test it, and I've used it a few times, but I've not had a chance to take it on any extended trips. And I have really, the only thing I've tested on is gasoline, so it's been been good so far. No issues with standard unleaded fuel. Disadvantage, going back to weight and size, really this is going to take a little bit larger footprint inside your pack. As you pack this down, it's roughly 2 soda cans or so in size when you consider the bottle plus the stove as it's all wrapped down. And I'll post a picture of the 3 inside their containers here somewhere inside the video. Then you have other things to consider. Again, weight is a big part of this one. This is not a light stove. It's not a light option. This particular multi-stove, the bottle is 20 ounces filled, and then you have all of the parts and accessories that run around 3 ounces each, and then the stove itself is 11 ounces. So that alone is roughly 37.1 ounces filled, with the fuel bottle filled with unleaded gasoline. The dry weight, no fuel weight, is 17.95, so just under 18 ounces with the just under 20 ounces. Actually, I didn't add in the spare parts, so you're right at 20 ounces on this one, dry weight. 37 ounces with the fuel. Over here, again, assuming you're taking a medium-sized canister, the burner and the package that it comes in, that is a very reasonable 16.5 ounces, and most of that being obviously this. The no fuel weight with this and this, just the stove and the container, is 3.99 ounces. So that is an impressive feat in terms of weight management for any backpacker. I think a very reasonable amount of weight. I don't have a small fuel canister, or I would give you that weight as well, but I don't. So again, if you're doing a week, it doesn't hurt to take a little extra fuel along, especially if your friends are taking a different option, and maybe they could, if they're going to share, some of your fuel, maybe they'll share some of the weight. This particular stove, the Lil'Dandy, although again it has a few disadvantages, easily takes home the weight prize at 12.07 or 12.1 ounces, and that includes um, the total weight of the package, the metal, and a not so light little bungee to put around that you could use. On my first iteration of the stove, I used a piece a FedEx envelope that was made out of Tyvek, and just slipped it in there so it wouldn't poke into things, and a rubber band, and you save even maybe an ounce there. So really, that's all I have. I hope this has been a beneficial commentary on these three different stove designs and setups, and hopefully you can use this information to help you decide what you're going to do. But again, these two Deal Extreme stoves, this one, like I said, I think was $60 compared to the American version, which is in the 99 to basically 99 to $200 range. $7.98 shipped, $60 shipped, or 65 I think, and free. So some options there, and certainly I'd like to hear what your feedback is about it, and if you have any thoughts, concerns, questions, ideas. I'm always looking for ways to build a better mousetrap. So feel free to comment below, subscribe, whatever. I may have some more gear reviews coming out in the near future. So thanks for watching, and subscribe, hit like, share with your friends.